Hello friends and welcome back, or welcome. It has been too long, truly too long. I don't even have an excuse because I've just been at home like most of us have been for this past year. And it took me forever to try and get back into the swing of everything. And I know it's not an excuse, but I'm back. And that's all that matters. This YouTube channel in the past has been lots of tips and tricks, a lot more geared towards either first-timers or just people who love to learn more about Disney. And I think something I've realized in this past year is that I don't want to stick myself to just tips and tricks for new-timers because I'm putting myself in a box and I don't want to do that anymore. Don't worry, tips and tricks aren't going away. That's who I am as a human being. I am. I can't not give helpful tips and tricks when it comes to planning for Disney vacations, but I also want to share my love of Disney. I want to share more vlogs of my trip, more travel tips in general, because I do travel other places besides Walt Disney World or Disneyland, if you can believe it. So with this little revamp of the Magical Miranda YouTube channel, I decided to reintroduce myself to everybody. Actually, I don't think I've ever done an introduction on my channel, so we're gonna do that today, but it's gonna be a Disney twist, obviously, because the heart and soul of all of my social media is Disney. So without further ado, here we go. So I know I've been absent from this social media platform, aka YouTube, but I still am pretty active on the Magical Miranda Instagram. I have a TikTok now. What else do I do? Let's be honest, I think the main reason I've been gone is because I've been playing Animal Crossing all the time. But on my other social media accounts, I open it up for anyone who followed me to ask me a question to get to know me a little bit more, but with a Disney twist. So before we get into that, I wanted to start with the basics. Hello, I'm Miranda. Hi. I live in the Midwest, Iowa specifically. I've not always lived in Iowa. I lived in Chicago for about 7-ish years. I don't remember. Prior to moving back, I feel like when I started my YouTube, I've always been in Iowa. I live here with my husband, who you've seen in a lot of my vlogs, mainly specifically our Disneyland Paris vacation. You can see him in those, but he does steer pretty clear of social media most of the time. And then I also live here with my dog, Winnie. I love her. She is a 7-year-old mutt. We did one of those DNA tests one time and it said she was mainly half Shih Tzu and then half a bunch of other random things. She's adorable. I love her. And our family is in town. My parents live very close to us and I do have one younger sister. My husband, Jace, also has one younger sister and his parents live very close to us as well. They're about 15 minutes away. So family is very important to us. We do love to travel. We did live in Chicago before this, so we're excited to get back to Chicago after all of this is over. Minneapolis is another hot spot that we love to visit. My grandmother I'm very close with. She lives in Missouri, so I like to try and see her as often as I can. I do have a full-time job that keeps me pretty busy when we are up and running. In addition to my full-time job, I also have multiple other jobs. One of them, as you may know, I am a travel agent who specializes in Disney destination vacations. Clearly, helping people plan a Disney vacation is a passion that I have. So that is something that I work on part-time. And then I also have my small business, Plan the Magic, where I sell magical paper goods. My main product is a paper planner that I love. I opened that back in January of 2019 and I love it. It is something that I really enjoy. If you're interested in checking out the shop, you can go to themagicalmiranda.com/planthemagic and check out the products I have there. But all of these things keep me very busy because I also am a content creator, not only for YouTube, which may have taken a hiatus for a while, but also on Instagram mainly. So those are all things that I really enjoy doing, and I would not do them if I didn't love them. Other general things about me, I don't know. I love to play Animal Crossing. If you also love Animal Crossing, I just started playing last year, and my friends and I actually started an Animal Crossing podcast during the pandemic. It's called Resident Services. If you like to listen to podcasts, it's literally just, it's not like a tips and tricks podcast. It's us just like gabbing about like our Animal Crossing villagers and things like that. But lots and lots of fun. Okay, so let's get into more of the Disney questions here. I used to go to the parks all the time when I was younger. My grandparents took me, I think my first trip when I was like 1. I don't remember it very often, but everybody says, they're like, why are you taking babies to Walt Disney World? They're not gonna remember it. Yeah, the babies might not remember it, but the adults remember it, and I think that's really important. Because growing up, my grandparents always told me stories of when we would visit Walt Disney World when we were younger. And I do have some like flash memories of like when we would stay on property and things like that, but obviously they're not like intense memories because I was 2 and 3. I feel all of my Walt Disney World trips leading up to my adult life included my grandparents. My grandparents were the ones who took me, and I was very, very blessed. I traveled all over the world with my grandma mainly. If you've watched my Disney Cruise Line vlogs from 2019, that's when we did our Disney cruise on the Disney Magic to Northern Europe. Highly recommending watching them, but that's my grandma. And when I was younger, I traveled all over the world with her. I don't know how I was so lucky. Like as a young child, like in 5th grade, that was the first time I had been to Europe. She took me on a tour, her and my grandfather, all over Europe. I went to China with her. I've been to India with her. It's just been a crazy, I'm very, very blessed. I'm a pretty good travel buddy. I don't complain a lot. I eat everything you put in front of me. And I wake up early, and that's really what she wants. My first trip without my grandparents as an adult, I actually put together like a PowerPoint slideshow when I was in college and presented it to the service fraternity I was a part of, and got some brothers of the fraternity to come to Walt Disney World with me. And that was the first solo trip, like as an adult, to Walt Disney World. And since then I just kept going and going. And especially living in Chicago is a lot easier for me to come down and go back. After college, 2 of my very best friends moved down to Orlando, so that just gave me reason to go even more often. And the rest is history from there, I guess. I do go to Walt Disney World quite often, but I do try to like to mix things up and occasionally go to Disneyland, which is opening April 30th, if you have not heard the news, which is very exciting. Okay, so I have a list of questions here, and we'll just dive into some. So, favorite Disney movie? Hands down, 100% The Lion King. The original 1994 The Lion King. I'm not even gonna like, when I say I like a movie, it's always talking about the original animated feature. I am never talking about a remake. Favorite Pixar movie? Up. I know, and it's very hard for me to rank them, but Up is my favorite Pixar movie. Favorite princess? Belle. Belle has always been my favorite princess, and not like necessarily like, I don't know why. She just always has been since I was little. I mean, the film came out around the same time when I was young. Like, I remember my 2nd birthday was a Beauty and the Beast themed birthday party, but I always looked the most like Belle. I don't know. She just is. Favorite ride? Oh, see, gosh, I feel like I'm the worst when it comes to like what's my favorite, because I love everything. I truly do. My favorite ride though will probably, Soarin' Around the World. I loved Soarin' when it first came out. The music, the ambiance, and it's because I'm a traveler. Like, I love to travel. It really resonated with me. And even though I even liked it when it was the original, which they're both great. Favorite snack, specifically to the theme parks? The cream cheese filled pretzel. It is iconic. It's messy, but it's iconic. My favorite quick service restaurant, hands down, Satu'li Canteen at Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park. Satu'li Canteen is superior. It is so good. It is a little more unique of food, so if you're a picky eater, then steer clear. But that quality of food for the price and the fact that it's quick service, undeniable. Like, it is so incredibly good. And now I'm hungry. Favorite table service restaurant? Now this is hard. It's so hard for me to pick a favorite table service restaurant. So this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, okay. Favorite appetizer? Sanaa at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. Sanaa. Bread service, hands down. I dream about that. Not even kidding. Not lying when I say I dream about Sanaa's bread service. Entree, I really like Skipper Canteen at Magic Kingdom. I love their pad thai. It is the best pad thai I think I've ever had, and I always ask them to make it extra spicy, and they do. Do you know how hard it is for somebody who really, really likes spicy food? Like I love. Like if I'm not crying from how hot my meal is, it's not hot enough. You know what I mean? I'm who I am. It's fine. But their pad thai, extra spicy with tofu, so good. So good. Okay, dessert. I'm just gonna say California Grill because, I mean, every part of the meal at California Grill is great, but their dessert is pretty great. And it's like the I don't know. It's lovely. But then you got like, okay, the ambiance. If I'm going with the ambiance of my favorite table service restaurant, it's Be Our Guest. Who wouldn't want to dine in Beast Castle? Who wouldn't want to dine in Beast Castle? I would. Not in the Rose Garden room because I get seated there every time, and now I know to request any other room except the Rose Garden because it's a made-up room. That's not in the Beast Castle. Don't lie to me. Don't put tapestries up and lie to me. Going off of that, I got a question where it says like if there was a Disney dinner theater, my friend Casey actually asked this one. If there was a Disney dinner theater, what show would you like playing and what meal would it be? I saw a performance of Tangled the musical on the Disney Magic last year, and that was iconic. That was so good. So probably that, or I mean if you're gonna do The Lion King on Broadway, then The Lion King on Broadway, or like the Rhythm of the Pride Land show that they had at Disneyland Paris. Check my Disneyland Paris vlog for clips of that. But probably either one of those two, and then that meal I just mentioned. Appetizers, entrees from all over. But honestly, I've eaten so many good meals there. It's at Walt Disney World. It's so hard to pick. I get very passionate about food. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if it's reading well. Okay, so favorite ride I mentioned, but favorite thrill ride? Thrill ride. I think I would say Expedition Everest. Yes. That's what I would say at Animal Kingdom. Favorite dark ride? I love Peter Pan's Flight. I understand that the line is long for a 30-second ride. I get that. That's just how they load. They don't have a lot of flying ships. It is what it is. Like now there's not a fast pass. I wouldn't wait long for the ride, but I do like it. I think that's just the nostalgia speaking because I know there are really incredible dark rides. Like I love Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I love dark rides. I am more of a dark ride stan than a thrill ride stan because famously I don't do drops very well. Rank the Disney theme parks. Okay, like are we doing like Disney World or like all of the theme parks? Because if we're doing all of the theme parks I've ever visited, at the bottom is Walt Disney Studios in Paris. There, I said it. There, I said it. If you watch my vlogs, you know how like motion sick I got that day, and it's just so small. I understand that a lot of it's under construction, but I don't know. If we're doing all the theme parks, all of them, number one, Disneyland. How can Disneyland not be number one? I get that it's small. I get that there's not a lot of space, but it is the OG. If Disneyland is not your number one, you haven't been there. That's all I'm gonna say. Then I'm gonna say Magic Kingdom just because I love magic. I love a castle. No, okay, let's do Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, Magic Kingdom. I love DCA, Disney California Adventures up there. And then for Walt Disney World, my ranking would go Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios. But like I mentioned earlier, like I don't dislike parks. Like even Walt Disney Studios in Paris, if you were like, hey Miranda, would you like to hang out on your couch today or go to Walt Disney Studios? I'd be like, I'd go to Walt Disney Studios. You know what I mean? Like, I am excited to go to any park. I do think Hollywood Studios is my least favorite park just because, I don't know. I know a lot of people say it's their favorite, but why? If it's your favorite, I truly would like to know, so please drop a little comment, let me know. And if your reason is Baseline Tap House, fine. If your reason is Ronto Roasters in Galaxy's Edge, okay. But mainly if your reason is Baseline, which would be my reason if somebody's like, why do you love Hollywood Studios? I'll be like, Baseline Tap House and Slinky Dog Dash. That's why. That's why I go to Hollywood Studios often, for Baseline. Any other, I don't care. What do I never go to Disney without? A handheld fan and a portable charger and a bright attitude. I never go to Disney upset. I'm always genuinely happy to be there. Walk a loop around the park, grab a Dole Whip and leave. 10 out of 10 day, in my opinion. Like, I don't need to do everything. I used to be that person. I think even in these vlogs, I used to be that person. Not anymore. I'm very happy going in, getting a snickety snacking and bouncing, listening to some BGM, background music, and then leaving. I'm okay with that. With friends, girl, I just want to go back to the parks. Oh, speaking of that, favorite BGM. So my favorite background music. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I listen to Disney background music all the time. I really do like playing like the Resort TV loop. I really like that music loop. But if we're talking about like favorite in park, let's do favorite park BGM. The Epcot entrance music is superior. Secondly, I get super emo when it comes to like the Disney Esplanade. Is that how you say it? Esplanade? Maybe. But like the entrance to Magic Kingdom or Disneyland, that entrance music where it's like the instrumental version of like Under the Sea or Part of Your World or something like that. I love that music. I get so emo when it comes to it. Favorite ride BGM? I love listening to Under the Sea Journey with the Little Mermaid. I love that BGM. I love the Be Our Guest background, like BGM. Wait, what am I saying? Soarin'. Soarin's BGM is my favorite. Fun fact, anytime I take off on an airplane, I listen to the Soarin' BGM in my headphones. That is the type of person I am. I'm a little odd. Once you accept that, you just kind of like don't care. And that's just, I don't care. And it's lovely. Join me. Favorite character meet and greet. Ugh. Thank you so much for asking. I love meet and greets. My favorite character meet and greets, Chip and Dale. Chip and Dale are great. I love, they're always 10 out of 10 interaction. I have been proposed to with a leaf from one of them. I forget which one before. But my favorite interaction is always the Step family. Anastasia and Gisela, the stepsisters, top-notch interaction. Ugh, they're just so good, and it's so fun to interact with them because I am them. So I think those were some pretty good questions to get to know a little bit more about me when it comes to Disney. I love, it's hard to, I don't know. I can't even speak. It's been so long since I've talked to myself in front of a camera. So many things bring me joy in life, and that's something I love about myself, is that I get very easily excited and really passionate about a lot of things, even if they're super small. Disney being one of those things. I've made so many friends, I've made so many connections, not only on YouTube, but Instagram, but I'm just so happy to be back. I am promising you, it wasn't, well, my New Year's resolution is to like get myself back into it and to start sharing more. Like, don't be worried about having all the perfect tips. Just share your love of Disney. And that is what I'm gonna do. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. I'm always happy to answer any questions that anybody does have, whether it be here or on my Instagram. If I ever do like those like ask me anything type of things, which I've only done once, and that was to get questions for this. I'm just very hopeful for the second half of 2021, and I can't wait to share some more things. So now that I do have a question, if there is something specific about Disney that you want to see, whether it be like more of my outfit planning, more of my packing, things like that, I would love to know. If there's something in the parks that you want to see when I'm there, that's also something that is good information for me to have. So leave me a comment and let me know what you want to see from this new The Magical Miranda. It's not new, I'm the same human. I'm just talking about more things. Or if there are some tips and tricks that you are interested in learning about or wanting my opinion about, because I've got an opinion on things. Clearly, if you've been around here for a while, you know that. So let me know in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm not going to say a schedule. I am aiming for bi-weekly, but things happen. So make sure you are subscribing so you don't miss any of the new videos that I come out with on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for returning, even though I've been non-existent on the YouTube machine for quite some time. I appreciate all of you, and I hope you all can find a little magic in your life. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in my next video.